Hey guys, I just thought I'd do a fun little video considering where I'm at in the story of Bleach right now, where we just got introduced to Squad Zero, the 5 members of Squad Zero, and Ichigo went up to the palace and is now in the hot tubs with Kurinji. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be fun to try to guess what Squad Zero's abilities are, what they're kind of. And I did a little bit of, my first impressions of them in this last video a couple days ago, but I didn't really get too heavily into like ridiculous theories or my own predictions. So I thought this might be a fun little companion video, just a small one to kind of connect to those thoughts. Yeah, so Squad Zero, the past like almost a week now since I first read those chapters with them. Very interesting group. Like I said in my video, much more eccentric than I thought they'd be. Um, they're the Royal Palace Guards, the Guardians of the Soul King. They're all extremely powerful, we found out, where the whole group of just the 5 of them are stronger than all the court guards combined, which is insane. So I'm expecting big things from these guys. And I don't know all their names yet, and one of them I kind of am just I think it's who they're referring to. But yeah, we're gonna go through and just give some of my thoughts on what I think we might expect from these characters. So it's gonna be probably pretty ridiculous, just a casual video. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, I hope. So let's get into it. Squad Zero. I got my list of all 5 of them here. And yeah, let's see what I can come up with for these guys. So let's start with Captain Hikifune, who is the heavy-set woman who apparently was the one that used to be Hiyori's captain back in Turn Back the Pendulum. And we heard that she went to Squad Zero, and I think her abilities are obviously going to lean towards food, probably, right? Because it seems like that's going to be a big part of her character. Her appearance has changed because she's gotten heavier over time, so Shinji almost didn't recognize her. But yeah, I think it's going to be food related. So maybe she can like absorb stuff, devour things. I could see you know how Yami did like his he like sucked up all the souls in the city when they first went to the city, when they first came to the living world. Maybe she can like devour souls, maybe she can eat. Maybe she's like Kirby. And I compared her to Big Mom in my video. Maybe it's a little like Big Mom. Maybe she can devour things, and by devouring things it makes her stronger. I could see that. I could see that being like a play on how she looks and apparently how hungry she is. I could see that being a thing. I feel like that's kind of an obvious way to go, but maybe that's what that would be, is that she's all about food. I think that would be really cool if she could like take things from people or devour people. Maybe her sword can like eat people. Like straight up gluttony from Full Metal, Yeah, that's what I'm thinking with her. I'm thinking Hikifune has got some sort of devouring ability. And that it seems like the obvious choice, but I'm gonna put my bets on the obvious thing for her, because she's given us a little more than some of the others as far as her personality, and we know her appearance has changed because she's gotten heavier. I could see that being the case. I hope it's not like a weight thing. I hope it's not like she crushes people with her heaviness. I don't think we need to make her chubbiness like that much of a factor, but I do think her eating and devouring is potentially going to be. It could be completely wrong. Maybe she throws like, I don't know, like energy blasts of some kind. But I'm thinking she'll have some sort of devouring. Like if her Bankai can like devour entire, large scale things, like a black hole even. That could be cool. But that's also kind of like Gluttony from Full Metal. Didn't he have like he had a black hole in his chest that sent people to like another dimension? That's what I'm thinking with her. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at right now with her. After Hikifune, the other one we've seen a lot of is Kurinji, and we know he's a healer. We know he taught Unohana, and he's healing everyone in his hot tub is pretty much where I left off. Yeah, so he's got healing abilities. So I guessed with Unohana in my Bankai predictions, I guessed her Bankai can like accelerate her healing. And if I'm wrong about that, then I'm gonna guess that that's what his is. One of these healers has to have a Bankai that heals themselves. I just feel that in my bones because it would be good for combat, you know, it'd be good for fighting, but it'd still also be healing, you know, like it would keep you alive while you're fighting. So I'm gonna just take that prediction for Unohana and I'm gonna move it right over to Korigi and say this guy has accelerated healing. He's like Deadpool, and with a guy this obnoxious and this arrogant, it'll be even more like Deadpool. It's like you can't kill this guy because he'll keep healing. Or maybe him and Unohana have similar Bankais that are healing related. But I just picture it's got to be something like that. But if it is more connected to like his hot springs, maybe that's a hint. Then maybe he has some sort of volcanic, you know, Bankai or Shikai where he can cause eruptions, where he can create steam. I don't know. I think it's going to be about his healing though, because I feel like that's the natural way to go. He's all about healing, and it's like a little bit of a weird procedure he's doing where he's just putting people in one hot tub and throwing them in another, but I could see that. I could see that being his whole thing, is that he has a super duper accelerated healing where he could be like a head and still be around. That's my guess for Koichi. And next we have, I'm gonna go with Senjumaru, who is the woman with the artificial arms, who knew Mayuri, and I was thinking maybe she used to be a scientist with him at some point, conducting whatever it was that got him sent to the maggot's nest, or maybe she was a criminal in another way, you know. With hands, it could be, you know, she could be operating, she could be needing them for a lot of things at once, or it could be she needs them for like picking locks, you know, getting into places. She was able to get into the lab with ease, and I wasn't sure if that was because she used to like work there or something, or if she just can get into places. So Senjumaru, to me, she does seem mysterious and like sneaky, and it's hard to tell if she has, you know, her own arms or if those artificial arms are her only limbs to grab things, but I do think it'll be related to that. Maybe it is some sort of spider kind of like webbing, maybe, because the visual of her with those many limbs could connect to like a spider, because doesn't she have, I think she has 3 arms on each side and then 2 legs, so she'd have 8 limbs. I could see her being kind of spider-ish, or an octopus, I could see that being her whole thing. I could see her kind of having that motif, whether it's, you know, webs, or whether it's she can like extend her limbs to, I don't know though, because the fact they're artificial might change that. What if her Bankai, not Bankai, what if her Zanpakuto is like her arms? Like what if one of those arms is like a sword? I'm just throwing things out there, guys. This is a super casual video. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. I feel like there's going to be some sort of spiderish motif with her based on her visual. Maybe do we have anyone that has like poisons yet? Like I know Geen had like his little shard that could really mess someone up. But like straight up poisons. Maybe she's like a scorpion. Like a poison person. I don't think we've had it. Maybe she's a big poisoner. I could see that. Maybe that's the spiderish kind of motif. I'm gonna say it. Senjumaru, my prediction is she's got a poison Bankai. Or poison powers from her Zanpakuto with her Shikai. That's my guess. On to the last 2. It's gonna be a quick video. There's only 5 of them. You know, there's only 5 of them, and I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts. So, the big monk guy with the beard, he looks like a monk, he's got the beads. The Soul Palace looks kind of like a monastery, it's kind of like a holy place. He looks like a monk to me, he's bald. I'm pretty sure, I looked back, Shunsui refers to someone named Osho, and I think he's talking to him, so that guy is Osho. And my prediction for him is I feel like he's gonna be, if he's monk related, maybe it's some sort of like enlightenment. You know, maybe his ability comes from a calm. Maybe he can like calm everything around him, except then he gets channeled into like power where he's super strong, because everyone else, he like takes all the energy and aggression from others and puts it into himself and channels it back at them. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool. I kind of want to see that. So that's my guess for him. That's my guess for Osho, is that he's very monkish. He's all about redirection, kind of like Ukitake, I suppose, where he's channeling it and throwing it back. I guess that is very similar to Ukitake. But I also picture, because he's so big, he's probably got a giant sword, I feel like. He'll have a big weapon. Maybe it turns into like a big bow staff, you know, or something. Like a big, like, I don't know, I picture it being like a heavy sword. A heavy sword, maybe a long one. I don't know. I don't know. That's I'm thinking he's gonna be very monkish. I can feel it. And then the other guy who doesn't have a name yet, and who's barely, I talked about it in my video, he's in like 2 panels, and he's barely in any like screenshots of any of the scenes. He doesn't talk to anyone, is the guy with like the cool vest, and he looks all happy when they show up. I don't know, that's a tough one. My gut says he's gonna be like a fun character, like the way he looks is very like outgoing and like very happy all the time. But knowing Bleach, sometimes there's subversions where that might look like not be what it is. So I could see maybe he's like actually got a super deadly, you know, Zanpakuto. Maybe he's got a really dangerous Bankai, because it seems like Kubo went out of his way to make us not really take note of him at first. Everyone else got little moments where they were talking to other captains or talking to everyone. He didn't say anything, and that makes it really hard to predict anything really. But just based on his design, he looks cool. He looks kind of like a hip character, like as far as like a design. Like he's got the vest is interesting. His robe is more like a modern vest. So maybe he's like, I'm trying to think of what modern things Soul Reapers, like we talked about music before. Maybe he's very like sound oriented. Maybe he's got like, I don't know, like sound maybe. Maybe it's like that, or it could be, I don't know. He looks more modern than most Soul Reapers, which is interesting considering he's up in the palace and like isolated probably from like a lot of things, including the living world. So I don't know. It's tough to say. He's a tough one. But my prediction, I'm gonna say sound. Yeah. So that's it. It's a quick little video. I just wanted to get it out there. I was told you got to do this now because pretty soon you're gonna find out more about these people. And I'm like, of course I am. I'm like in their palace right now. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out there, where my head's at before I actually learn about them. So it's on the record. Here are my predictions. Osho is going to be some sort of taking the aggression out of people and sending it back to them. It's these calming presence. Hikafune, something to do with devouring. It's going to be devouring a black hole maybe. It's going to be crazy. It's going to eat people. And Kurigi is going to be healing. He's going to be like Deadpool, just like Unohana on my predictions, because I'm just totally original with that one, you know. If he was her predecessor, though, you know, maybe. Like, I feel like it's healing related. He's going to heal himself. Senjumaru, I'm going to say poison. It kind of took a little bit to get there, but I think she's going to have poison powers. I feel like that would make sense. She looks dangerous and deadly, but in like a subtle way. She's got a lot of hands. She can be dipping into a lot of poisons. And then the other guy. I literally have him in my notes listed as other guy. I'm going to say sound. It's my wild guess. I barely know anything about him. I'm going to say it's sound. He's got sound powers. He's loud. Or maybe he can make people silent. I don't know. Maybe his sword is like vibrating with sound waves. Like, that would be so cool. And every time it hits, it creates boom. Listen, I've had a little bit to drink. And I'm just having a good time, spitballing things and throwing things at the wall, and we'll see what sticks. I could be wrong about every single one of these. I probably am, but it was fun to guess. By the time this is uploaded, I think I'll have read the next few chapters on Patreon. I think I'm going to be uploading this Monday or Tuesday, so I should have done Monday at least on Patreon. So if you want to see more of what my thoughts are coming up, then go there, and me from the future will probably be reading the manga. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I hope this was fun. I hope it was just kind of chill. See you later.